For Dazzer's Transfer Show, episode number 2, please welcome your host. It's Donald Johnson. And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Dazzer's Transfer Show, episode number 2 of this new series. It's series number 4, episode number 2. Welcome to Alfie Davis. Thanks all for joining. Drop a like, and let's get straight into business. Get your comments and stuff. What topics? Well, not topic, but what transfers do you really want to talk about? Let us know in the live chat, and we will obviously go through them. Of course, Dazzer's Transfer Show wouldn't be the same without, well, me. Typically, as I am the main guy of Dazzer's Football Stand. And obviously, without a guest. We have a guest on tonight. And he's one of the guys, he's been on the channel a bit. And yeah, since his first appearance on the channel back in the Spain-England watch-along, back in the Nations League in 2018, he's making another appearance. And ladies and gentlemen, from Fergie United, which is in the description, ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome tonight's guest? It's the one and only João Nasita.
Hello, everybody. Hello, it's a pleasure to be. Oh, sorry.
There you go.
Hello. Hello, everybody. Thanks for having me on the show, Dazzer. It's always a pleasure to be on this show. I love transfers. I love football. So this is a great show, and I'm looking forward to talking about transfers. Yeah.
Yeah, it should be good. I'm really looking forward to it. And obviously, as I say, without further ado, we will get straight into it. Now, a lot of news has come in the last couple of days. Yeah, there's a lot more to talk about than what there was in the first show. Because the first show we did have a couple of issues. Yeah, we had a couple of technical issues and stuff, which meant we had to do it on Friday. Since there's been a lot more transfer updates. Manchester United. We're going to start with Manchester United, as of course, João is a Manchester United channel. And obviously, he does obviously a second channel, which is obviously comedy stuff, which you never talk on anyway, but well, why not? So, the first one we're going to talk about, Manchester United, obviously, at the minute, close to signing a centre-back. Question is, which centre-back are we actually going to sign? Who do you think we will sign centre-back-wise? Because I think it's pretty much certain that United are going to sign a centre-back. I think as a replacement for the man himself, it's the pink boots, Marcus. It's the pink boots. It's obviously pink boots, Phil Jones. And I think if we're going to bring in a replacement, it's going to be one of the four that I'm thinking. Costas Manolas, who we have a chance of signing for 36 million. Obviously, Koulibaly, who we've been linked with a lot, but not sure whether he's going to come or whether Napoli are going to just not sell him, because obviously they've rejected a couple of clubs, Barcelona, Real Madrid and stuff. Also, Harry Maguire, who is one of the players I actually would prefer to sign more than the others, considering, yeah, the price would be more expensive, about 60-70 million, even though he's not worth that, but that's football these days. Because for me, I'd rather sign Maguire than obviously any of the other ones. And the fourth one I was going to say was Milan Skriniar from Inter Milan. Now, which of those four would I like to see is what people would probably be thinking about. I would rather see Harry Maguire because, yeah, he's got loads of Premier League experience. He's won the Premier League with Leicester City. He's a top quality defender. He showed it at the World Cup for England as well. And he's one of the defenders who helped England get as far as they did getting to the semi-finals and unfortunately getting knocked out by the almighty Croatians. And to be honest with you, Croatia were a class apart. But anyway, drop a like if you haven't already done so. Let's just welcome the people who've joined. Alfie Davies, thanks for joining. Nick Exchange Gaming 11 Players. Sam McNeil, the Football Crew Show, thanks for joining. Quickly, Alfie says, I want Middlesbrough to sign Harry Kane. I don't think that'll ever happen because we can't afford his wages. And the Football Crew Show says, your thoughts on Aaron Ramsey going to Juventus? I'll take note of that. We'll get to that point a bit later on in the show. And obviously, it's only a 30-minute slot that we have. So as I say, how's your day today? Hope you're having a nice day. Rashford Ralph says, thank you very much for joining. Football Crew Show. I'll just write this down so we can talk about it afterwards. Sure. Ramsey was actually one of the ones I was going to talk to, which obviously I'd forgot about. So, first of all, as I said, Harry Maguire, he is one of the best defenders in England. He's miles better than Phil Jones. But if we couldn't sign Harry Maguire, I would definitely settle for Kostas Manolas, because Kostas Manolas for me is the team leader. He's the captain, obviously, of I think he's the captain of Roma. He's also the Greek goddess of Roma, as what they call him. And obviously, you know, he has scored a couple of important goals. He's a pretty attacking minded defender. He likes to get into the box for the corners. He did that against Barcelona, and look at the result. Came out with a headed goal, sending them through to the semi-finals to get smashed by Liverpool. And you know, he's a good defender. He's a very good defender. I'd happily take him. Only issue I would have with him, Koulibaly or Skriniar is none of them have Premier League experience at all. So for me, I would rather go for experience over the price and quality. Zhao, obviously, I'd say thank you very much for joining, by the way. As I say, thanks for coming on. And for those who don't know, Zhao is obviously today's guest. He's from Fergie United. Link in the description down below. Go and subscribe. He is on the road to 500 subs, I believe you are. And obviously, yes, I'm joining. Obviously, also, if you want to check out the preview, he's doing a preview for Spurs v United. I'm joining him for that. 7:45 you're starting, is it?
Yeah.
So go and check that out. Link in the description. Go and check me out on his channel later on today. And obviously do get involved in the live chat on here and obviously in his live chat as well. So, now, it's an interesting topic. And for me, it is, I'd say it's really hard to really decide out of those ones. But my question to you, obviously, as I say, I've given my thoughts on all four of those defenders. Skriniar is a decent one, no Premier League experience though, and plays for Inter Milan. But as I say, he does know not many of our players. But you know, he does have some decent quality in him. And Koulibaly, I don't think we're going to get him, unless obviously, you know, Napoli decide that they'll accept it. But we're looking at over 100 million if we're going to sign him. Possibility of 125 million for next bid if we were going to try and get him. But which one of those four would you rather see at Manchester United, and what are your thoughts on all four of them?
Well, obviously Manchester United have over the years spent a lot of money on players, and we have spent a lot of money on players, but for me, I would have to go for the cheaper option, and the cheaper option is not Harry Maguire, it's not probably Skinner, it's not probably Koulibaly, it has to be Manolas. For me. He's got a 32 million release clause, and for me, he would see Manchester United's needs, because he is a captain, like you said, he is a leader, like you said, and he would guide Manchester United's defence through any issues that we might have against the bigger teams. So for me, he probably would be the signing that Manchester United should look to have in the team, because he would bring so much to Manchester United. Yes, obviously he hasn't got Premier League experience, but so there's other players that come to the Premier League. They don't have experience of the Premier League, but they still fare well. And if you look at Man City's squad, most of them haven't really had Premier League experience before they came to the Premier League, and have been a success.
Yeah,
I think for me it has to be Manolas, and I think he would do a very good job at Manchester United. I definitely think that.
Yeah, I have to agree. I think, as I say, he's a team leader. Obviously, I think he'd have some success at United. if we keep Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But as I say, we don't know if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to even stay at United come the end of the season, and whether we're going to bring in a new manager. So it would all probably depend on that. Yeah, I think Manolas would be good, and yeah, a lot of people would go for the cheaper option. I mean, 32 million release clause. It's about that's pretty much Ronaldo's pocket money for about 12 weeks, which is pretty much neither here nor there. So to be honest with you, a bit of a bargain, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree, but at the same time, I would rather go for experience. But, as I say, it's fan opinion, and I'm not one to judge. So, yeah, definitely, Reeve. That's interesting, that. So there you go. Sol is going to stay. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I don't think he'll stay. I don't know why I think that. Probably just because we've been linked to a couple of, because of obviously a lot of the rumours that we could be signing Zidane, Jardine or someone like that. Pochettino won't happen. Mark Shaw, thanks for joining, by the way. Nick Muller, thanks for joining. And Liam, obviously, thanks for joining as well. Mark says, which transfer realistically would United buy? Probably a centre-back, and I think we have more chance of getting Kostas Manolas. So I think he's close to leaving. I mean, he's either going to leave and go to a different club, or he's going to retire come the end of next season. Anyways, on to some other other news that's come through, and I don't think this has anything to really do with the Premier League. Ross McCormack, obviously we're going off the United topic at the minute. Ross McCormack, Aston Villa striker, has left to go to Motherwell, the Scottish Premiership team that aren't really doing that well. Ross McCormack, I think we've seen him in the Premier League before. He's a very good striker. He is a very good striker. Only issue with him is I think his age is starting to... he is getting old. And I think his age is starting to drop his form a bit. So, yeah, Aston Villa's a big club. Motherwell's obviously a Scottish team, and I think he'll have a decent time at Motherwell as well. I think Curtis Main still plays for Motherwell. I think he does, which is obviously one of Expo players. Matt Nickwell says, does he want to stay? He may go to a smaller club now he's proved his worth. It's interesting. Were you on about Solskjaer? I don't know. Who you on about? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? I don't think Solskjaer will stay. But who knows, anything can happen. Now we're getting the lags. Here we go. This is where the connection starts to be funny. Good, it hasn't. Right. By the way, that's on loan, by the way. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Yeah, this is an interesting one. I know this isn't about transfers, but Nick Muller's put, does Solskjaer want to stay? He might go to a smaller club now he's proved his worth. I think he's probably going to go back to Mulder. I don't know why it's lagging. It's the usual Streamlabs connection being daft as usual. Always does this with the transfer shows. This is the issue when it does it. This is why sometimes I rather do it uploads, but the thing is I don't really like having to do uploads really. Is Koulibaly the key player for the centre-back, especially for the headers? I would prefer Manolas, actually, to be honest with you. I think Manolas is better with headers, be truthfully honest. Logan, thanks for joining, by the way. Right. Can you see Ole Gunnar Solskjaer staying at United, or do you think he'll go back to Mulder?
Obviously, I would love Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to be a success this season for Manchester United and then secure a job at Manchester United at the end of the season. Obviously, for him to do that, he would need to get in the top four for Manchester United, and he would need to obviously have a command of inspiration that the players have from him, and obviously the player power would go to the board, and the players would obviously demand he stay on as manager. But that's only going to happen if he brings success to Manchester United and the players like him. But yes, I could probably see him going back to mould and managing mould again. But then again, I could see him go to another European club if he does a very good job at Manchester United. You never know what's going to happen in 6 months' time. The landscape of football could ultimately change. People might want a different approach in their team, and the board might decide that, the guy Solskjaer fits all the bill, and they hire him. But I definitely think if he gets us to top 4, he will probably might stay. Or if he does leave Manchester United, then another top European club will look to get him in their team, in their side. So yeah, I think he will be a success wherever he does go. But for me, I would love to see him stay at Manchester United. But you never know with football; you never really know.
Yeah, that's a true point. You never know with football these days, to be honest with you. And yeah, I can see him going back to Moldo. I mean, I want him to stay at United. But if we can't keep him at United and obviously another man just to come in, then well, so be it. I think we're going to have to do a part 2 because at the minute Streamlabs is absolutely playing about. So we're going to end part 1 here. We're going to do part 2 very shortly, and hopefully we'll catch you all live for that. I've still kept hold of Football Crucial. We'll talk about that in the next part. Apologies about all this. So, yeah, as I said, we'll have to